What's up, everybody? Give it a couple minutes, see if anybody else wants to join in. Yeah, feel free to I didn't share any of this on stupid bees, Twitter or anything. Hold on. Let me share it real quick. Okay. Why isn't it? Wow, there's like 90 people in here. Awesome. 73 now. 90 to 73 in a heartbeat. How are you guys all doing, man? I have not done a live stream in probably, I don't know, maybe like 4, 5, 6 months, something like that. When Moon, when Lambo. I don't know, dude. I'm just thinking about when fix daughter's room, Bobby. Made stupid decisions in this market, just like everybody else, but I've made good decisions as well. It's almost like, I don't know if you guys kind of can identify with this. I've tried my best to find some of these smaller ones, and yeah, I was doing super good at it in November, December, January. I've still done really good at it to an extent. And I've built a portfolio up with these smaller ones. These bigger caps, I just haven't touched. There's things that I've literally posted deep dives on Patreon and stuff, like Harmony and DAG, which is Constellation. You can kind of run the gambit with all that shit. And it's it almost seems like now at this point, it's if I find something and if I pick one or two things, one of them will take off, and then it's almost like I'm just still at that break-even point. Of course I'm still building it up, but it's frustrating. And it's you don't want to, at this point in a market cycle, you certainly don't want to invest into complete shit coins just because of the fact that you're seeing something on a chart. And that's what I've done that recently, and it worked out really well with one, and then the other one I had to sell at a loss today. So I try to be as transparent as possible with everybody to understand what's going on, but there's things that I just won't sell right now. I'm not selling XRP whatsoever. I'm not selling HBAR whatsoever. But it does get to a point where you have a portfolio where, I am not rich by any means by my portfolio, but I know some people that are, but it's concerning to not want to see it drop. I'm much better off than I was in 2017, but maybe it's a staged, a tiered type thing. I've missed certain things and I've caught certain things. I've sold certain things and they've went up more. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, because in my opinion, at my age, I think, honest to God, I could probably do this in this market cycle, sell out with a good majority of my assets, and move a tier up, because I'm looking at it as just traditional wise, they always say, when you're born, if you're born into a middle class family, it's hard to move up or down, more than one class up or one class down. Usually you can only go from middle class to upper middle class in your lifetime, or from middle class to lower class in your lifetime. It's hard to move from middle class to upper middle class to wealth. You know what I mean? But I think that we have enough time still, because we're seeing fucking pasta coin go up 60x or whatever it is, where we have enough time in this market to make moves in this market cycle and potentially cash out. And I believe that the floor will be much higher during the bear market, but I also believe that the ceiling gets a little bit lower. But the ceiling gets lower for things that have a large cap. If you find something that is going to be utilized and with a lot of these large institutions, there really is no ceiling, right? Bitcoin certainly has a ceiling and a floor at this point in time. Ethereum certainly, in my opinion, has a ceiling and a floor at this point in time, but it's the ceiling is getting lower and the floor is getting higher. So same thing with XRP. I don't think that we're going to see, I mean, I could be completely wrong, Like an 18-cent XRP would, to me, would just seem ridiculous. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. Oh, real quick, maybe I'll give it like 2 more seconds. I want to see if like anybody else joins into this real quick. But yeah, let me field some questions real quick. I wanted to give like a gigantic shout out to like 2 people in the community that it's just like, it's overwhelming that I'm like, my wife is like, who are these people sending you this shit? So I just, XDC has insanely low volume. Yeah, Zinfin does have low volume, but it's also on like shit exchanges. 5 tax brackets, maybe more. You have more shit than I do, dude. I've seen people like literally that are like, I won't say anybody, but like, they're like, yeah, making these trades, and like, even like random people that like aren't like, a lot of people that like don't have big followings on Twitter are like fucking whales. Much more than I would ever imagine having. They're like, I have 140,000 XRP. Should I consider moving it? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I wish I had 140,000 XRP. But you also have to take it from my standpoint too. Like, I'm a sole income provider for my family. So like, I was literally literally only investing exactly what I was willing to lose in this market. And that, to me, that was still a lot of money. Now I have an okay amount of XRP in my opinion, but is it enough to like life-changing wealth during this bull market? Probably not. But I've tried to do things from like a very like pragmatic standpoint where I'm like sitting back, like just over analyzing everything and just being like, okay, what is the risk versus reward? And right now, like during the bull market, some of these really small altcoins really ran, right? But now we're at this parabolic point in the cycle where it's like, I'm having people literally like strangers ask me, should I buy into crypto? Should I buy? And I'm like, dude, like at this point, like it's so dangerous to get into anything because like these smaller caps all go through their own cycles, and there's generally a dump, and then there has to be enough time for it to consolidate and pump, and then have like enough hype behind it to like really go parabolic. Like I've missed a couple of them, but I'm not advocating anybody like that is not aware of what this market is to get in at this point in time, unless like if you're willing to like maybe 3x your money and you want to get into like some of these like if you look at like I watch Blockchain Backer and I agree with him completely. Unless Bitcoin dumps, you're seeing these like uptrends in coins like EOS and Dash and shit like that. Like that'd be a safe move to me, like maybe put whatever money into that. But some of these smaller caps are so risky, and it's like I've been doing this since like November, so I think I know what I'm doing, but sometimes it pans out and sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? What are you guys like? I guess at this point in this market, my big question to everybody would be, have you guys traded into like some of these smaller ones? Are you guys solely sticking with the bigger ones at this point in time? Or like what are your guys' thoughts on like buying into the smaller ones? Because Uniswap and Ethereum gas fees are horrible. I was making a shit ton of like really, really good calls like in November, December, January. In January they started picking up. Just going safe now. Yeah, I mean that's kind of my thought process at this point. Can I please talk more about Quant? Yeah. I will say that I've tried to look for multiple Quant partnerships, and I believe that Quant is very deeply integrated into like the banking system to this point where it may even supersede XRP with the actual banks. I think XRP may be like the remittance factor, but Quant, I believe, in my opinion, from what I've seen, from what I've heard from a couple of people that I trust, I think Quant is extremely undervalued. I think it's on these shit exchanges for a reason, because they're not necessarily worried about the retail investors getting in. I think that Quant very much so is going to be like a world-changing asset, just like HBAR, just like XRP. But the only project that I've seen legitimately, like, I tried looking again today. Maybe I'm missing a couple projects, but partnered with Quant is like Alliance Block. I've seen Alliance Block tied into centralized finance and decentralized finance. And I think Alliance Block right now is sitting at like $106 million market cap. I'm biased, obviously. I found Alliance Block and bought in at 6 cents because fucking Bobby XRP Axelrod, who is a moderator on this channel, told me to look into Ramp, and I found Alliance Block through Ramp. And I was just like, Jesus, these are like really big integrations, and they're trying to. Alliance Block is trying to do something majorly big. I think it's through like a. I think right now it's in a major consolidation period. It's one of those things where I would definitely consider it a top 50 coin within the next bull market. Maybe it'll get there this bull market, but I think Quant is a keeper. I added more Quant 2 weeks ago along with XRP. Cryptos go bye-bye real soon because it can't be quantified by a quantum system based on real value. I disagree with that 100%. I think that the majority of cryptos go bye-bye, but I think that if you can pick the ones... And now, there's a caveat to all of this as well, because we don't know what regulations are going to bring. In my opinion, regulations, essentially, they're not going to want us in the DeFi space. It's just, it's too... Hold on. People are making too much fucking money from DeFi, where like in the US and like countries like that, it's going to be very difficult, in my opinion, during the next bull market to be even getting into DeFi. So, but I don't think cryptocurrency is going anywhere. If I were to agree with that fact, then I would have to go against logic for the past 11 to 12 years of data, which is essentially telling me that we are legitimately like $850 billion market cap during the 2017 peak, early 2018, whatever you want to, wherever you want to gauge that market cap at, and we're like we hit over $2 trillion during this market cap. So crypto is certainly not going anywhere. It's dependent upon how they regulate it out, and really, like with the big money coins, like that was my big fucking mistake during this bull market. I was trying to chase hype like back in November, December. I saw Harmony, I saw Constellation, and like these ones, and I posted deep dives on them, and I was like, Jesus, there's some big there's some really big integrations with this stuff. And I was just literally chasing hype and shit, you know? So I mean, a lot of you may be new in this space, but like every single thing, like I started in early 2017 and I wasn't paying attention. I paid attention and got into the hype factor like in November or like September 2017. I had crypto early 2017. So I ran through that parabolic cycle. I ran through the entire bear market. I ran through the consolidation phase. I ran through the uptrend. We're about, in my opinion, hopefully going to go through the parabolic cycle. And I'm still learning shit on a day-to-day basis. It's if you're not learning in this market, then you're doing something wrong. So like I'm trying to take notes for the next bull run. Zinfin I'm holding. I'm holding Zinfin. That's my big fucking concern, though. This is American Argonaut. My only really big concern with the Flare network is, you know, I think it's going to be gigantic. I think it is going to be just like, I hope I'm wrong, but it may be like early June, right? We get allocated our Spark and shit like that. It'd be really comical if the bear market happened and aligned with that time frame. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, because true utility needs to be held underwater, right? Until it truly pumps up, in my opinion at least. But let me try to read through some of these comments. Okay, what do you think about PAC? I actually was asked this on Patreon as far as buying a node for PAC. That's not something that I would be doing right now personally. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad move if somebody wants to buy a node, but I would be more inclined to buy something like that where I am essentially trapping liquidity. And I understand I'm earning and shit like that, but in a bear market would be my opinion. I would definitely be looking more so to buy something like that during a bear market. I'm not all, I mean, the Gala one as well, like I think Gala's nodes have doubled in the past month and a half. I understand that you're earning. I just wouldn't want to be trapped holding a node during the parabolic portion, like, or could potentially during a bear market, like if prices dump. I mean, I understand you're earning. And I could be completely wrong. It could be a gigantic positive for you, you know? I'm not right in everything that I do. I sold Reef just because Reef was... I bought Reef really early. I don't even remember what I bought it at. It was probably like 7x when I sold it. And at the market cap that it was at, it was like a risk versus reward type thing where I'm thinking, how much higher can this really go? Listing price of Flare, I have no idea. XRP 589 end of year. I'm trying to go through these guys. Any speculation when the bear market will start? So I watch Blockchain Backer. I watch a couple of TA guys. There's an indicator called the Pi Cycle on TradingView. The only issue with that is that it was essentially made after the previous 4 really big bull markets with Bitcoin, where if a cross occurs, essentially that is like the trigger within 3 days of a bear market. The only problem with that is that generally that happens right after a parabolic peak with all-time high, and we haven't seen that yet. I'm starting to get cautious to the point where I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should try to hedge against any. But what I've also noticed is like these small coins really don't fucking dump because there's not enough liquidity behind them. They're kind of at the bottoms. But these larger coins like that I've held for 2 years or so, like I'm just kind of holding. I don't think we're in the parabolic portion yet. Maybe we see something similar to like what was it, like 2014 or whatever, where we have like an interim dip and then we have like the actual peak. I have no idea. What percentage am I selling XRP when it hits my targets? I don't necessarily have straightforward XRP targets. And the only reason I'm saying that is because, and you may differ from this viewpoint, but I'm not looking at a target from XRP as far as like what I think XRP can do from a utility standpoint, because I don't believe that we're in a utility bull market whatsoever. I would mainly be watching something like Bitcoin. I actually bought more XRP like 2 weeks ago at like 40 cents, along with Quant. I'm mainly just watching like indicators with Bitcoin at this point. There's certain assets that I won't ever sell everything from. Like XRP is one of them. HBAR is one of them. Quant is one of them. Link is probably one of them. Algo is probably one of them. But to say that I'm not going to take profits and literally do the same fucking thing that I did 3 years ago and just watch all my profits go to shit for 3 years or 2 years straight or whatever it is, that's a lie. I'm going to sell some. That makes sense. 65% is probably right around. Yeah, I mean, $10. I don't even know if $10 happens. I hope. All right. Just to be completely transparent with you guys, like my fucking goal for XRP, like before all of this SEC shit and before the price has been suppressed more than we could ever believe happened, was like literally like 20 to 30 bucks. I didn't think 20 to 30 bucks was super unrealistic. Now I'm more so leaning towards like the $7 to $9 range. And that, who knows if that even happens. I mean, fuck, we've seen so much crazy stuff with like XRP trying to be suppressed that it's like impossible to gauge where we're actually at. So what I would say is, to be realistic with you all, is if you're in profit and you're in profit to an extent where you think it's going to change a little bit of your life, I personally am going to be taking out profits, but I'm also personally not going to be selling what I said in that video, world-changing assets. I'm not going to sell everything of XRP. I'm not going to sell everything of HBAR. I certainly won't. I will ride out a negative wave and dollar cost average like I did for 2 years, but I will sell some if they hit certain levels, but it's going to be dependent upon like what Bitcoin does, because unfortunately Bitcoin still fucking rules the roost, and that's going to come to an end. It's just, I don't think that happens this bull market. Before it gets dark, check this shit out. And I wanted to give a huge shout out to I think it's like White Tyrone, WT. That's what he goes by, at least. This is like dark right now, but he sent me this, which I think is just like super cool. I gotta mount this on my my wall here. And then I have to again give a gigantic shout out to Connie. Connie sent me this, and I just think it's like honestly ridiculous that like it's like it's very. I'm very much so humbled by people that are sending me this shit. So, yeah, this is WT, White Tyrone. Oh, and by the way, oh snap, I got it. Yes, I did, dude. And I'm certainly going to put your link for your YouTube down in here. He posts some crypto stuff too, and I know he's big into this one crypto game. What's the name of that, WT? that crypto game that you constantly talk about, because I watch your videos. Something Guardians, I think. Connie is awesome. Connie is in like every freaking chat, dude. Like legitimately all over the place. Guild of Guardians, Sandbox. Yeah. I'm going to, I'll post WT's YouTube channel. The dude has like fucking like 200 subscribers or 250 subscribers, which is like vastly undervalued because he's actually like putting out good content. And from my understanding, what he said, that he's like, this thing, I gotta fucking put this thing in the light. Hang on. We're running out of light out here. I'm sorry. Running out of light. This thing is badass, so it's big. But he etches all of this shit, like, and he essentially was saying that he's just trying to give back a little bit to the community, which is awesome. And again, like Connie, like this is fucking fantastic. Like I really like it a lot. I actually have Connie's next to like my coffee bar. Tyrone, I got your shit, but I'm trying to convince my wife right now to be able to put it like in our accent wall going up our staircase. She's not buying. She's not taking the bait yet, but I think I'm getting close. If XRP hits a certain valuation, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's got to go up there, right? Lady Enigma, what's up? Ethereum X. Never selling XRP. They're not tricking me. Yeah, I mean, that's also another option. Let me sit out here. It might be a little bit lighter. Might have to deal with some trucks and shit. Hold on a second. All right. XLM going down, 56% sell. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys really think is going on during this market, I guess? And I'll leave you guys with this. I mean, what is your thoughts? What are your thoughts as far as like where we're at? Like with the SEC lawsuit, obviously there's two documents that Ripple actually, had a tiny win yesterday. Essentially, the SEC has to redact two documents. I'm just curious what your guys' thoughts are. Matic? Polygon, you mean? I don't know if XRP is going to $1,500, but I hope so. Zoom Slayer. Okay, so like I guess to be completely transparent, like today I had this fucking coin called like Leprechaun, which like I looked at the chart and I'm like, this is gonna run. It didn't. I sold it at a loss, which is fine, because I also saw that they were essentially going to be like, they're on Uniswap and they were going to list to Gate.io at like a discount, which in my opinion is a complete bullshit move by a project. So I sold at a loss. As a whale, I sold at a loss. I tried warning everybody first. But I'm kind of fucking holding this like DeFi Wizard one, which like, if you're paying attention to like these really hyped Uniswap ones, like Unmarshall is like partnered with like Algo and all these other fucking companies. And what is it? DeFi Wizard is essentially like providing their smart contracts. It's almost like a smart like an SaaS, like or SCAAS. From what I've seen, like a smart contract as a service like thing, like, and they're partnered with some interesting people. So like, I fucked up with that one though, because I bought it $4, and I was at my mom's house on Easter, and I looked at Twitter, and people were like, I didn't, you guys on YouTube, like I shared this, but like I shared it after the fact on Patreon. I shared it. People were posting like fucking moon symbols, and I like looked, and I didn't have my laptop with me, so I couldn't sell. But it went from like $3.80 or like $4 up to like $23, and I couldn't sell. So at this point, I'm just kind of like watching, like, I don't know, maybe it's a shit move on my part, but, you know, I have no clue. Like, we all make, like, these fucking mistakes in this market, but nobody's cray-cray. All right, I'm going to read through these comments real quick. A lot of companies starting to integrate these software and token platforms like HBAR and XRP. Once we have more regulatory clarity in the U.S., I think that we will see a real run. I certainly agree with you. Regulatory clarity is where it's all at, but they have no fucking clue how they want to regulate these things because they know that they're world changing. So things like HBAR with IBM and, like, you know, Boeing and Google and all, you know, like, their hash graph, in my opinion, is a complete monster. I'd be like, I'm hesitant to say it, but, you know, I believe in HBAR just as much as I believe in XRP. Right on par. Like, Quant would probably be like right there underneath it because I've seen a lot of shit with them, but please don't take the vax. They're gonna execute order, what is it, order 66 or whatever, like 3 months later. No, I don't, you know, I really don't try to get into political stuff. I think most of you guys know that I'm primarily a conservative person, but it is what it is. Slowly taking profits. XRP 420 by 420. And I'm sure you'll be celebrating that, bro. Matic is big, yeah, but I mean, Matic's in the top 100. I mean, Pundy X, yeah. I think Pundy X is in the top 100 too. I held Pundy X in like 2018. I fucking sold it like an idiot. So XRP, HBAR, and Quant, those are good, like, literally world-changing, maybe suppressed forever assets. Those are my top 3 holdings too. Filecoin. Guys have any other groundbreaking questions? Like, I haven't done a live stream in a long time. Like, it's cool to hang out with you guys. So who deserves a board made in the community? I need a new target. I would honestly say, like, okay, so Tyrone, are you literally just talking XRP community? Or are you talking like crypto? Like, because I think that maybe I'm wrong. I think that a lot of us, like, that were deep into XRP, which I am as well, have kind of delved out into some of these other assets like HBAR and stuff like that. But I think that we're still grounded in the fact that we, like, really believe in XRP. That's kind of like where my head's at. If you're talking straight XRP, I would legitimately say that, and I don't know, maybe people would have an issue or whatever, but I don't really care because I think Eddie, like Crypto Eddie, is like by far like the biggest stronghold of XRP that I've seen. If you're talking like just straight up like research and stuff like that, I would very much so recommend Darren. Darren's a fucking monster. And he's like, I try to look for people that are like legitimately like morally sound that I would like recommend for something like that. Like, and I'm super humbled in the fact that you would make me one. But Darren, Kevin Cage, Ari, I don't know. There's other people too. Like, look at all the work that Mickey B. Fresh has been doing about Flare and everything else like that. I mean, that is like invaluable work to the point where like people are learning so much that there's no way you can even put a value on that. And I think that's like a really, really good, and Mickey B. Fresh's fucking board would be awesome too. Cause it's like similar to like kind of like how mine is. It's just like the bull or whatever. So yeah, I agree 100%. Mickey B. Fresh is a fucking monster. He's more of a monster than I am at this point. Like with researching like the Flare network type stuff. Like I wish I would be doing more stuff for you guys on that stuff. But like I'm constantly just trying to find coins. $8 to $6 by September. Not as much as I should be. Who's this? Shake Them Bones. My opinion of like the Flare and the Flare finance thing is that like I'm gonna get airdropped. I'm hoping that I'm gonna have time to learn about it before June, right? So I've still got another 2 months. Sologenic, yeah, saw some big announcements with them. Maddie G, thank you, Annalise, I appreciate it. Zinfin, certainly. Oh yeah, WT. You got to check out Mickey B. Fresh, dude. That dude is a fucking monster with Flare networks and everything like that. That dude has so many followers on like Telegram and shit like that. I know he has a Patreon. I should subscribe to it. I subscribe to I Am Legion, and I subscribe to XRP Crypto Wolf. I need to subscribe to Mickey's. I'm in his Telegram though. Reserve rights, certainly good coin. I don't know. I just anytime somebody posts something about like a top 100 coin that it's already like went up really, really crazy, in my head I'm just like, okay, am I going to try to continue to chase this, and how much higher can it go, or can I try to continue to chase these smaller ones? Maybe my move's wrong. I just don't know. OCE, is that Ocean? I hold Ocean, so I hope you're right. My only concern is like Casino Coin. I don't know. I don't hold Casino Coin. I don't hold Dent. I held Dent. Well, fuck. I might be wrong. I might still have Dent from 2017. I gotta look. I collected everything in the Interledger Protocol family diagram that I could. That's a fucking fantastic comment, dude. And that is probably a really good move. Oh, Ocean X. Yeah. Somebody asked me about Ocean X like a month ago, and it's one of like on Patreon, and it's one of those things where like I probably missed it, unfortunately. Ecomi, I'm not buying it because it's pumped way too much. I will try to catch it if it goes down during the bear market. If. Yeah, but we heard about Funfair all the way back in 2017. Like, you know, is Funfair really being... Like, we're in 2021 now. Coinbase IPO is fucking major good, in my opinion. I am not a big fan of Coinbase. I still use Coinbase just because, in my opinion, they're more regulated and would have a little bit more to lose if something were to happen. But I think Coinbase IPO is gigantic for the space. Oh, come on, Bobby. What are we doing with Reef? Yeah, give me a... DM me, Bobby. I'll look into Reef again. It's just... Yeah, please DM me, and I'll look at it again. Decentraland, IOTA, Ask. Harmony 1, dude. Harmony, Annalise. I posted about Harmony like shit in like late November, early December. Singularity is fucking gigantic in my opinion too. That's the dude that is so the camera is talking AGI Singularity Net. If I'm not mistaken, that's that Ben Harmon guy. And that's Sophia the robot with the EU. She was essentially the first AI citizen in Saudi Arabia and also in the European Union. Singularity Net's big. They're tied in with the government too. They're tied into some EU some European Union education initiatives and all sorts of shit. So yeah, I think it's Ben Harmon. It's Harmon Robotics too. You can look up Singularity Net. I did a deep dive on them like 4 months ago. Never fucking bought. Should have. EOS is probably going to attack somewhere near all-time high. One of my buddies asked about EOS like probably, I don't know, a week ago, or what coins on Coinbase he should buy. I essentially just told him, you know, anything that's in an uptrend that's, you know, furthest away from its all-time high, you'll probably do fine. Kin, I should look at Kin. Not buying Gala, it's pumped too much, but I think Gala's big. AGI, I agree. Flash Stake. No, I haven't. Should I look into Flash Stake? Hold on, I'll write it down. On my hand. Hang on a second. All right, Flash Stake I'm going to look into. Brad Kime said he is waiting for $100 to $1,000 coming for XRP. Well, he can fucking wait. Eternity... Safe Moon, no, I'm not touching it. I actually did on Binance Smart Chain. I bought BSC starter and I put like $1,000. You know, complete transparency. I consolidated my Binance Smart Chain ones and I put $1,000 in a BSC starter at like $16, and it's I just checked today and it's up like 4x. Covalent is fucking big, dude, in my opinion. So yeah, anybody that's still listening to this, check out Covalent, Covalent. Check out their website. Check out who they're partnered with. Check out Casper. Check out what Casper is trying to do to solve Ethereum's problem. I think Casper is big as well. Check out PolkaSwap, essentially Sora, which is fucking monster. Sora went up, fuck, it had to have gone up. It went up like 400x in like the past 6 months. And I was doing videos about Sora in January or like November of like 2019, November of 2019, and then I never bought the coin, and it went up like 400x. It was at like $1.50, and now it's at like $600. PolkaSwap is their initiative. Val is their validator coin. Yeah, check out PolkaSwap. Check out Covalent. Check out Casper for sure. Bax, BABB Bank. Is that going to be another I write it on my fucking hands one? Yeah, I'm going to look up Bax. BAXX. XYO. Yeah, Casper, you have to get whitelisted and shit, yeah. And from what I heard, the whitelisting event for Casper was a nightmare, so... Brad Kimes does have good content. I just think it's unrealistic. Oh yeah, I did, dude. You're not gonna be able to. You can't see it, but I did write it on my hand. Zilliqa. I've held Zilliqa for the past year and a half, so yeah, I like Zilliqa. PSwap is a fair launch, right? Like, did they release information about PolkaSwap? Like, as far as like. Because Sora is kind of a weird monster where, like, they keep going back and forth about, like, the max token, like, allocations and shit like that. So, like, I'm curious about PolkaSwap because I was doing the farming, so, yeah. Zilliqa is going to be awesome. I'm hoping you guys are talking about Zilliqa. I hold Kava. Why do we keep saying Brad Kimes has great content? Yeah, he has good content. It's great. 16%. You know what? That's like another big topic to potentially talk about is like, you know, what are you guys going to plan on doing like during this bear market? Because there's obviously... Let me walk inside. I'm going to grab a beer real quick. Hang on one second. There's obviously different moves that you can potentially make. You can cash out, and you could potentially go into a stable coin where you're earning yield still, but you're still going to have tax implications for everything that you potentially do. So I don't know what anybody's thought processes are. Like, I think 16% is big, but during a bear market, in my opinion, I don't want to be holding an asset that isn't stable. If I were to potentially do that, 14%. I mean, which is big, yeah. I mean, but I still think, like, as shitty as this sounds, like, that X Sigma one, I posted about X Sigma, like, probably 2 months ago. And I didn't find that one. So that's not I can't take credit for that, but that's actually Darren's wife. So she posted that one. Obviously, they had, like, insane fucking APY rewards, like, for yield. But their actual initiative is, like, rolling out, like, and trying to compete with, like, some of these, like, major stablecoin APY yield type farms. And X Sigma essentially is, like, there's, like, token halvenings, just like there is with, like, Ethereum and Bitcoin. So I think X Sigma could be big. I'm just fucking holding it at this point. I don't know. Energy stocks, 5 to 10% precious metals. Certainly, I've been buying silver for the past 3 years. Move to Australia. I'm coming. Nature Symmetry. Which one is 20 to 30% in stablecoin earning interest? Oh, Casper is with a C, KG. Check out Casper for real. Casper, in my opinion, Casper's gonna be big. I'm trying to stay in the light. Carol Ann. Never been to Australia. I fucking missed Aave too, and I was looking at Aave around like, shit. When did they do that? That swap, because it used to be Aave used to be ETHland, right, or whatever it was, and they did that reallocation, and Aave was at like $24 or $23, and I was like, I should buy Aave. Never bought it, like an idiot. Celsius, I don't know. You can stake stable coins on Aave. Okay. Yeah, it was ETHland, right? It was ETHland. I knew, and like, that was one of those things where like I saw it, and this is before, because Aave is like old school DeFi, and I saw it and I was like, I should buy Aave. I can't remember what I bought in its place. I have no idea, but it was probably a bad move. Your take on DAG, which is Constellation? I think it's big. I think it's big, but I don't know like how big it is. We keep hearing about like Air Force and shit like that. Like Harmony was really interesting to me when I researched it. I never bought it because it wasn't available on the exchanges that I had. So like I stayed away from some of these ones just because it was inconvenient for me to go onto some of these exchanges, open up an account and buy. So like, and I missed out. I missed out on Harmony because of that. I missed out on a couple other ones. What is FEG? That's it's not Ferrum. That's not Fetch AI either. Wish H bar was still at 4 cents. Yeah, I think H bar still breaks through a buck. I don't know if it goes to $5. So maybe I only have to take my shirt off and not go full blown nude. So I don't know. Still reading through the comments, guys. Like I really love doing this. I haven't done this for a long time. Yeah, I bought H bar at 6 cents and I bought again at 3 cents. Hemi for you and me. Kevin Cage is big on DAG. I know he is. I bullshit with him when I get a chance. He's busy just like I am, but like, dude's a legit guy. I mean, like he consistently puts the work in. He's trying to like legitimately, like in my opinion, obviously make money for himself just like I am, but trying to help people in the interim too. So I mean, I think that's big. VRA, is that Veracity? Jesus God, I gotta go through these comments and start. So right now on my hand, I have written down 2 things. I've got to write down more shit on my hand. B-Pro. I just sold Leprechaun today, Hank, and I saw that they had partnered with B-Pro. I just sold Leprechaun mainly because of and I sold it at a loss because they're offering a discounted sale for people that, you know, buy on Gate.io. That's probably a mistake because fucking Leprechaun looks like it's a legitimate platform that just needs to get their shit together, and it's like a $4 million market cap. It's going to go up, in my opinion. I just don't know fucking when. I'm going to buy you dinner when XRP moves. I love you, man. All right, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. You can buy me dinner, bro. I held Holochain and Hot for like a year and a half, and I sold before Moon like an idiot. I'm just a normal dude. I mean, yeah, I'm not impressed with Zap. I mean, I think Zap is great. I didn't buy Zap. I know a lot of people like Zap. I don't know. I mean, I'm saying that I like utility coins, but I also have invested in straight shit coins because I thought the price was going to go up. So like Zap, in my opinion, I don't think it's a shit coin, but I wasn't like overly sold on it either. And I know that it's pumped. So I'm completely wrong, you know. Best exchange to buy H-bar. I know Binance has it. Binance US has H-bar. Yeah, Veracity. Is that one where it was like they were talking about like it's like the fuck, hold on. Slow the fuck down, motherfucker. Veracity is that one where it was like the almost like a seed being planted and stuff like that, and it's like kind of open source, like almost like the what is it, like the Craigslist for crypto or something like that, or like oh no, Veracity was like the open source GitHub. Am I right about that? Jesus God, I'm so far behind on these comments. Veracity's like Theta. I thought Veracity was the one that was like open source GitHub type thing. Like, and I know GitHub is open source, but like almost like a community driven type thing. And all these people have like these green leaves planted on their Twitter profiles. Yes, Crow 151, certainly Scale. Oh my God, Veracity again. Scale is consensus. Scale is layer 2 scaling. Essentially all of Consensus's partners, from what Consensus had said, fuck, I actually sold Scale to buy into goddamn Leprechaun. All right, so I'm going to buy back into Scale, but Scale is Consensus, and they just announced, and it's a little bit of a bigger cap. It's obviously available on Coinbase, but I saw this about a week and a half ago, and I saw Scale a while ago. But Consensus layer 2 scaling, essentially like nearly free gasless transactions, almost instantaneous, utilizing Scale on top of Ethereum for all of Consensus's partners that are going to be utilizing the dApps that are built on that network. So Consensus is like a fucking XRP killer, or at least they're trying to be. But I think Scale is big. So I would be, Scale to me could be like another like new like NWO coin. I have no idea, but you know, it's more of a long-term type thing. Veracity has the proof of view patent that prevents bots on entertainment platforms. Okay. Fuse worth holding still. I sold it WT just because I only had a little bit. What is CRO? I've heard of CRO. I forget. Front. Yeah, Daniel. I'm holding Front. I'm not selling Front. So I'm holding Front. I'm holding Alliance Block. I'm holding Ocean. In my opinion, I think Front's big. So if you guys want complete transparency with like what's in my like actual small cap portfolio at this point, and that can change at any time, I'm holding Alliance Block, and I probably won't sell all of my Alliance Block ever, just kind of like XRP. I'm holding Alliance Block. I'm holding Frontier. I'm holding Ocean. Ocean's not a small cap, obviously. I'm holding Geek, GEEQ. They don't market a lot, but it's like a $6 million market cap, and they have this proof of honesty thing, which essentially means that, you know how if you overtake a network like with proof of work, like with Ethereum or Bitcoin, where you need a 51% attack essentially to upset the network, proof of honesty essentially is like a 99% type thing. They have it patented. Nobody's talking about it. They don't get a lot of likes on their shit, but their team is big, and they are consistently working. So GEEQ, I'm watching, and I hold GEEQ. Happy, HAPI, because they are partnered with I'm gonna forget Hacken. So I'm holding Happy. They just did that Yellow Roads partnership as well. Like they're built on top of them. Fucking DeFi Wizard is like less than a $5 million market cap, and literally that Pokemon one, POLKAMON or whatever the fuck it is at like a $60 or $70 million market cap, and their liquidity mining and stuff like that is literally utilizing DeFi Wizard. Unmarshall is the same thing. I'm holding that. There's more. But I don't have that many anymore. I try to consolidate as much as possible. I'm trying to think what's in my portfolio. Pundy X, I wish I still held it. See, that's where I'm kind of at too, is it's like I've went down the rabbit hole, so I don't know how much more down the rabbit hole I should go. I'm kind of just like trying to make sure that I don't lose money at this point. And even if it's not the amount of money, like mainly with these small caps, to be honest with you guys, like I don't even look at my large cap coins, period. I don't even look at the price. I literally just look at the small caps and try to make sure that I'm making money with those. And the large caps, the ones that I've had for 2 years, I don't care about. ISO 20022 full implementation, I believe, is still 2025. ADA good hold, got in at $1. Yeah, it's a good hold, assuming that the price doesn't go down whenever we hit a bear market. I think that ADA is a fantastic project. I hold ADA. I wouldn't be buying ADA right now. I'd be holding it and watching what the price could potentially do, and just monitoring the bull market and monitoring Bitcoin's price and everything else. So, is that an actual coin NFT, or is that just like NFTs in general, lady? Is that a new coin that I don't know about, NFT? Man, we're doing an hour here. Oh, I think NFTs, in my opinion, are just like anything else in crypto. But I think a lot of people misinterpret what they're actually going to become. So there is an overabundance of platforms right now that are essentially capitalizing on the NFT wave that has propelled this market to whatever it's propelled it to, because I believe very much so that DeFi and NFTs have played a big role in what's happened with the altcoin bull market. That being said, if you look at some of these platforms, like, and I'm not saying that Labs is the platform, or that Relio, and I know Emily from my Patreon suggested Relio, that is essentially a, tokenized real estate. You have to look at NFTs like the big picture. We underestimate technology in the short term, or we overestimate in the short term, we underestimate in the long term. NFTs are gigantic because, in my opinion, once you get a regulated NFT platform with crypto and you're tokenizing real world assets, not fucking pictures of skulls and, whatever people were doing, I think that it's game over, because I truly believe that every tokenized asset is going to be technically considered an NFT. So like stocks, everything else, like they're not going to be. A lot of people misinterpret what NFTs are too. Like NFTs are essentially just unique items on a blockchain. So like they're not essentially like, if I'm tokenizing an item on the Ethereum blockchain and it's an NFT, it's not an Ethereum token. Obviously, it's a unique token, right? It's a ERC 721 or whatever it is. That's going to be gigantic because you're going to have everything tokenized. It just depends on regulation, and it's a time thing. And there's a lot of NFT platforms out there that are complete nonsense. You know what I mean? Agreed 100%. You're buying NFTs in a bull market is paying top dollar, though, in my own opinion. That's a good opinion. The one NFT platform that I did buy into was Portion, just because it's like a $4 or $5 million market cap, and they had like Marvel and DC artists actually posting art on there with like physical. Like if you were to buy the NFT, you would get like a physical drawing, like from like a comic book artist, like that was dealing in like Marvel or DC. Now, that's a big risk too, because you're gonna have copyright issues and all that shit. So HBAR has NFTs, yes, and it's like $1 to mint them, which is insanely cheap. I am going to go through this whole chat and look at these coin suggestions. DAPPT, never heard of it. Pundy Board Advisor, $16 million market cap. I saw one today. What was it? Inverse, which is like a DAO, a DAO, and they're like acquiring some other company for like developers and stuff like that, which is pretty interesting. Try to convert SIG with Geek on Uniswap, and the gas fee they wanted was $285. Yeah, I would go with the major liquidity pair. I would probably just sell into whatever that main liquidity pair is on Uniswap, and then potentially, if you wanted to go into Geek, go into Geek. But I think Geek is like a super undervalued fucking platform. It's like $6 million market cap or $7 million market cap, and they legitimately are like building code. If you look at their GitHub, they're actually building on a daily basis. It's not being heard of because they're not shilling their platform. I'm not buying TEL. I held TEL in 2017. Yeah, I should have held Holochain. I agree. Where do you find the info with their partnerships? You have a news site? No. I try. I got to get off in 5 minutes. So with these newer coins, like the only real way to find and vet these partnerships out is, Number one, and I'm talking small caps. You can always do targeted searches, but you're probably not going to find too much information. So number one, if you find a coin, in my opinion, the best thing to possibly do is go to their website, make sure the website doesn't look like bullshit, make sure they have a team. If they announce partners, go to their Twitter page, make sure their Twitter page announces the partners, make sure that the partners that they're announcing are actually either A, following them, or B, announcing the same partnership. You can try to vet stuff out like that. Go to their Telegram, make sure that the moderators on their Telegram are not just shilling the coin to go to the moon, because that's real development. Some of these newer ones don't have open source code, which is a little bit scary to me, like if you go to GitHub and stuff like that. But from a very simplistic standpoint, the way to find partnerships is to vet them out. So if they announce something, make sure that that partner they're announcing is actually announcing the same thing, and go to their website, make sure their website's not a piece of shit, and make sure that the team looks legit, et cetera, et cetera. So, because you see, the biggest fucking thing I've seen legitimately during this entire bull run is that every fucking new coin is like, oh, we're integrating Chainlink or oracles. That doesn't mean that like Chainlink gives a shit about that partnership. You know what I mean? It just means that they're utilizing Chainlink for oracles. Yeah, economy, I've heard of it. Not buying it's pumped too much. Chart is primed to pump. You do. See ya. All right. I think we're good. Quant. I love Quant. Hold Quant. Won't sell Quant unless it gets to a crazy level. All right. I am going to end this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry that it's dark outside by this point. I did not expect this to go for an hour. But yes, I'm holding Zilliqa. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your guys' time. And maybe I'll do more of these live streams in the future. I really appreciate it. And yeah, love all you guys, all right? I'll take it easy and have a good night, morning, afternoon, wherever you're at. Later.